Hello everyone, welcome again. In previous lectures, when we declared a variable either implicitly or explicitly, we told you that its type is fixed and cannot be changed. For example, here, we've encountered several errors in lines 9 and 10 because we tried to change the type of these variables. But why can't we change the type of these variables? It's because of strongly typed and type-safe concepts in C#. These two concepts are related, but they have different meanings. In a strongly typed language like C#, every variable must have a data type. For example, in line 6, we declared a string variable explicitly, and in line 7, we declared an int variable implicitly. As you can see, the type of these variables has been determined at compile time. And since C# is a type-safe language, we cannot change the type of variables, as we try to do that in lines 9 and 10. Okay, now let's illustrate these two concepts with another example. Imagine we have three different containers on the left side, and these containers represent bool, string, and int data types. And on the right side, we have some corresponding shapes to these containers. These shapes represent the values that the containers can hold. Okay, as we know, based on the strongly typed concept, every variable must have a data type. So let's declare a string variable named person name and specify its type explicitly. Okay, in explicit type, when we specify the data type, a square container comes in, and when we assign a value to it, the square shape comes in as a value and is placed in the square container. Okay, now let's declare an int variable implicitly. In implicit type, when we assign a value to a variable, the circle shape comes in as a value, then the C# compiler checks the value in the compile time, and based on that, recognize the corresponding container as data type. Alright, as you see, in these two examples, we determine the data type of variables when we declare them. This is the strongly typed concept in C#, which means all variables must have a specific type at compile time. Okay, based on the type-safe concept in C#, we cannot change the type of a variable. Let's illustrate that as well. First, we change the value of the age variable to 17. At this point, another circle shape comes in as a value, and then the compiler checks its type. If this shape is compatible with the container, the compiler allows this shape to be replaced by the older shape. But if we change the value of the person name variable to false, a triangle shape comes in as a value, and then the compiler checks its type. And as we expect, the compiler recognizes that the triangle shape and the square container are incompatible. So obviously we get an error. This is the type-safe concept in C#, which means that the compiler checks the types of variables at compile time to prevent type errors at runtime. Alright, in C#, all operations are safe at compile time because it is both strongly typed and type-safe. During this course, we'll talk more about these two concepts. Okay, done. See you soon in the next lecture.